What's up, and welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today we're talking about The Babysitter, in preparation to see the sequel film soon. I remember watching this movie out of complete boredom when it first came out, so it came as a complete shock to me as to how well it was actually made. The reason why I skipped out on reviewing it back then was because it was one of those movies that it feels a bit impossible to talk about without revealing everything. However, it has been out for 3 years now, so I won't spoil the whole movie. I will, however, talk about the inciting incident, which happens about 20 minutes into the film, which some people are aware of, some people aren't. For me, it's the draw of the entire thing, so it's hard to avoid talking about. Anyways, I'm Mondering, let's get cracking. This review is brought to you by the word of the day, Monder, talk in a rambling manner. The Babysitter focuses on Cole, a young boy who still has a babysitter while all his friends don't anymore. That's okay though, because his babysitter B is hot. But everything takes a turn for the worse one evening when he discovers that B is a part of a homicidal satanic cult that kills a young man in his house, and he saw everything. First and foremost, this film is gorgeous. Whenever I talk about visuals in a movie, I usually do so in a summarizing fashion without any real examples. I'm actually going to give you examples on what I'm talking about in this movie because I think whoever was setting up these shots with lighting and color in mind was a genius. I'm going to show you 8 pictures that kind of give you an idea of what I mean, but this kind of stuff is seen throughout the movie from beginning to end. This first picture is the very first scene in the film where Cole is getting a shot at the doctors. The purpose of the scene is to get you acquainted with Cole and his fear of needles and shots, but I love the framing of this scene and the color palette. Cole is smack dab in the middle of the frame, and look at all this blue. The blue and white, blue wall, blue scrubs, blue blanket, blue cupboards, blue bed with a white sheet, white light, white cupboards, but that's all to be expected, right? That's a doctor's office. Let's move on to the second image, which is of the second scene of the film where Cole is now in a gymnasium. Look now at all the white and brown. Cole is wearing a white shirt and has brown hair. And in the background, you can see the brown flooring, brown bleachers, and a white wall. In the third image, Cole is now wearing yellow, and behind him you can see a yellow-themed sign. Still wearing yellow in this fourth image, you now see the extra color of brown in his pants and hair. Now look at the couch. On any other occasion, that'd be one heck of an ugly couch, but it matches him perfectly. Yellow, with images of brown roosters on it. Even the character B matches the couch pretty well. Cole's best friend's home is similarly themed with yellow and pink, both in what she's wearing, her bedding, the walls, and the drapes. Later on, when Cole changes into the blue and white outfit he'll be wearing for the rest of the film, you see him wear it in this very blue and white themed room. Same as his friend, bedding, walls, drapes. Even the text bubble that pops up, blue and white. This is the last image that I have for you, showing you the color themes that go outside. There's a bluish green tint to simulate night, but every time anybody is outside, they match this color theme. One of the funniest things about this movie is Robbie Amel's character, and he's shirtless, and they make a point of asking why, but I'm pretty sure that has to do with color palette choices too. When he was introduced, he had clothes on, but they didn't match the color palette of the room he was in. He was wearing blue while everybody else was wearing yellow in a predominantly yellow-themed room. When he got shirtless, he actually started matching everything else perfectly. I can't get over how much work had to have been put into setting up these scenes. But of course, that's not really what most people will be looking at with this movie. They'll be looking at the extremely well-balanced themes of both horror and comedy. This movie knows exactly what it wants to be. While I would say it leans a little bit heavier on the comedy side of things, when it wants to, it knows how to immediately get tense at the drop of a hat. You'll be laughing one moment and on the edge of your seat the next. That has to do with the writing of these characters and their dialogue. It has to do with comedic timing, as well as keeping focused on things that actually scare this kid, like needles, like the scary crawl space with spiders, like homicidal maniacs. It focuses on the polar themes of betrayal and confidence. Whoever was responsible for making this movie had a lot of work cut out for them, and they approached it all magnificently. If I had to say anything at all that would be negative about this movie, I would simply say that it's not very deep. But it's not supposed to be very deep because it was trying to be fun, and fun it is. I guess I would also say that the cult of characters mostly blended in together because they were all basically trying to collectively do the same thing. After all, that's kind of what cults do. And I guess if you want to be nitpicky, I would also say if you're a fan of horror films more so than comedy, then you might not love this movie because it's more hilarious than it is scary. But that just means that you weren't exactly part of the target audience either. Anyways, let's take a look at my final score. Both my biased and unbiased scores are the same at 86% because I have a lot of fun with this movie in general. But on a purely technical level, you can't ignore the fact that these scenes were shot really well with a lot of consideration placed into lighting, color, cinematography, editing, and even music. So the end score is obviously 86% as well, meaning that I rated this movie with a letter grade of B+. I'm a little bit confused as to how there's even a sequel to this movie. I don't know anything about it though. I'm going to go in as blind as possible, but I hope the same people who made the first movie are also making the sequel because they are visionaries with a sense of humor. Guys, let's hear your thoughts on The Babysitter in the comments section down below. Are you a fan of this movie? As for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this review because there's always more like it coming out each and every single day. Hit the subscribe button and bell to be notified when I come out with my review for the sequel. And until then, peace out!
Dave examines movies we just watch for fun. Davey is the expert. He is the #1 critic that I go to when I need a movie pick. Thanks for joining up with us.